What's up, guys? Welcome back to Lean and Mean Academy. This is Aaron, and in today's video I'm going to walk you through an estimate and kind of how I look at the house and some things that I'm keying on that kind of may be able to help you do these better for your business and to maybe, you know, take off a little of the learning curve for you. Let's get to it. That's a deal.
To get started in the pressure washing business.
What's up, guys? Aaron here with the Lean and Mean Academy. Welcome back.
3, 2, 1.
And that we're trained inside of our minds subconsciously.
Look at that. Number 1. Hey! What are you doing, man?
All right. So here we are, real quick. I'm gonna walk you through. I've already kind of done a walkthrough, so I know what I'm dealing with, but I'm gonna take you through this so you can see it. And you know, maybe it'll help you out a little bit. So this client, it's an older home. He doesn't want any of the surfaces done, though I may add it into a package for him, as you can see here. But he does want all this done, okay? And if you notice here, we got black algae, little black algae in between the brick. And it's real unsightly when you step back and you look at it. You see, all that, all this. Now look, a lot of times your downstreamer's not even gonna touch that kind of stuff. Look at this stuff, right? All this fire moss. I think that's what that is. So a lot of times your downstreamer is going to help a little bit with some of this algae up top. And if you look at his chimney up there, right, he's got some nasty shit on the chimney. So these are all things that were not mentioned, right? But they are things that really make the place unsightly. Why is Siri responding when I don't ask her a question? That's weird. It makes the place unsightly. Look at all this moss. You know, I may not get in behind here just because it's a front bed, but I may tell him, you know, hey, look, dude, you know, all this stuff, it's a lot dirtier than it looks just because it's all dirty. Obviously, you can see up there and stuff like that. So all this vinyl, he's even got some moss growing up here and some of this stuff. This house is a lot older than I anticipated it being when I got the call. He said he just bought it and said he wanted it cleaned. So he also has a deck here in the back that I'm going to show you that's full of like move-in shit. So he's going to have to move all that stuff before I come in and take care of it. But what I'm going to have to do for this algae, man, is I'm going to have to soft wash it, because I'm not going to personally get on a ladder to do all of this stuff and like hit it with high pressure. I'm just gonna hit it with hot chemical, and a hot chemical is gonna take all that off anyway. It'll melt all of that shit off and it'll look really good. See all this stuff? All this stuff, that's gonna take a hot mix. He really needs his driveway cleaned. Probably not gonna happen. I'm not betting on it. So look here, we have all of this vinyl, all of this right here, all of this right here. He's getting the gutters replaced. And we obviously got, you know, all this wall too, this cinder block down here, right here. And there's vinyl along that back side, which wraps around to where we talked about before. So a few different little add-ons. Look at fire moss is even growing in here. That's crazy. Right in the crevices, man. It's growing everywhere. So I'm gonna obviously do under here, underneath all of that decking in the back. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for, right? I'm not looking to like bulldoze the guy. And honestly, for houses like this, I don't build out like 3 serious different custom packages. I'm just not going to work that long on building out the package on a prospective deal, mainly because the deal is probably going to be $800 to, you know, $1,500, right, for everything. you could probably do a cheap wash on this house. 3,800 square foot, you know, so you could probably, if you were gonna, you know, just not do all the soft washing that I'm gonna do, and I don't know, 500 bucks, right? Mine's gonna be a lot higher than that because I'm gonna do a lot more, you know, and frankly, he needs it. Now, whether or not he wants to go that far, I'm gonna give him that option, but I'm gonna have a bare minimum that I'm gonna sit at, that I'm not gonna go below, and that's probably gonna be closer to, I don't know, 800 or some odd dollars. So when you're walking properties, you need to take a look at not only what they've asked for, but what they need. Obviously, not really as an upsell, but just as a standard for you, right? Like, I'm not going to clean that house and not soft wash that brick, because the truth is, the client, if they allow you to do that, they're still not going to be satisfied at the end of the day. And I have massive anxiety half-assing things. I don't like doing it. Sometimes if it's like concrete and stuff like that, you know, we'll do it without a post treat. I don't enjoy doing that, but we'll do it. When it comes to a house, I really won't do it, because it doesn't make any sense for me to it's just gonna look the same when you're done, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to get up there on a ladder and be pressure washing that brick real close. There's just an easier, better way to do it, which is soft washing. And this is a dead end, so I'm trying to talk and record a GoPro at the same time. So that's a little walkthrough of a house that I just did. And you know, we may get it, we may not. I don't know. I'm gonna send them the estimate. And this is not a high-end area of town, so whether the guy wants to spend, sometimes you can't count these people out though, dude. Sometimes they live below their means, and if they just buy a house, they want to, you know, what I call press the reset button on everything, get it back to square one, to where they feel like it's their home and they feel like no remnants of the previous owners are there. Sometimes they'll bite on it and they'll go for some of these you know, higher tickets and more thorough jobs than the average person will, who lives in this type of neighborhood. And this is out by the airport, so, you know, no guarantees out these parts, man. But yep, that's how I do it. I do a little walkthrough. I know what I'm doing. I base it a lot off square footage. If you haven't seen that, I'll put the video up here. Also, just did an interview. A lot of you guys have been emailing me about my web team, what Chris does, and I felt like I was just getting bombarded with a lot of great questions, but honestly, I don't have the time to answer them all. So I just did a video with Chris, an interview with him. He answers a lot of these questions about, you know, the common myths of web builds for contractors. These guys have been doing it since '04. They build out my stuff, and they build out a bunch of people in the Lean and Mean Academies, and they build out over 1,300 other contractor roofers, detailers, remodelers, lawn care guys, sites on the internet. They just kill it, and they've been doing it for a long time. So they have the system down. It's proven. It's not a one-time build thing. It's a monthly subscription, and it's awesome. And they do my shit, and they've done it for 2 years before I even started talking about these guys on the channel. So click the link in the description to see that video. It's a free course, so it's going to take you into the portal. So you gotta log in. It'll email you a login. Once you sign up, it'll email you a login. You can log in there and see all the videos of the Web Wisdom mini map. So go ahead and click it, get signed up. Like I said, it's free. Probably the last free thing I'll do, just because I think it's so pertinent, and just because I think the learning curve in the industry, or maybe not the learning curve, maybe the knowledge gap is the word, in the industry is so wide that a lot of guys, man, they just don't know some of this stuff, that whether or not you use my team, like I said, I don't care, but use a team who is specific and who is going to dominate for you, and who maybe has a history of dominating in that local contractor sector as well. The difference is, you know, you got a guy who builds websites for, like, say, Dollar General, right? He sounds like he's, you know, he's a guy who can kill it, but he's killing it on a national scale, and that's a much different website than a hyper local website like what we deal with as far as contractors go. So it's two different brains, just like on-page SEO, off-page SEO. It's two separate situations. So a lot of this stuff that I spew at you is stuff that you can know and just be aware of, and it's in that Web Wisdom mini map. And I'm adding videos every week. I'm trying to add videos every week. I have been slacking on that, so I'm gonna just keep adding knowledge to that so you guys can you know, watch it as I update it. Whew, I hope you guys are ready, man. This shit's popping out. It's crazy here in January. You know, early January was pretty dead. Now it's like I'm getting calls. I'm getting a lot of calls. I'm getting more calls than I was getting definitely this time. Probably double the calls I got this time last year. So that's the point of the business. The point of the business is to double your business, man, every single year. And as you start to double lean and mean style, you start to become more and more picky, right? As you start to double, you start to become more and more picky, and you start to nurture the people who you like to work for even more, okay? So it's a refinement and a distillation and in a relationship. Basically, you reinvest into these relationships who you really like working for, who pay on time and pay a lot, okay? So eventually you'll start having just a group of people who are willing to just easily come off of the money that you're wanting to make, but they'll be normal, regular customers of you. And that is one of the staples of the lean and mean model, okay? So glad you're here. Subscribe, like this video if you dig the channel. Check out all the other videos. There is a wealth of just, you know, spewage on here. Some people call it knowledge, but I call it whatever you want to call it, man. It's just the stuff from my brain. I think this model is very, if you do it right, it can be very profitable, and it can take your family and put you into a better financial situation. Maybe even leave your job. If that's what you want to do, you can definitely do that with this business and set yourself up to own your own time. Decide what you want to do with your money. Decide what you want to do with your time, and not have to show up for work every single Monday for the same company that you've been working for this whole freaking time, dude. I've never worked for anyone past Smoothie King at 16 years old. I realized that I was not built for normal society in that regard, and that I could not work for anyone. I was just going to be my own boss, and I enjoy doing that. Even through the music world that I was in for 8-9 years, I was my own thing. I did my own thing, and that's what I enjoy doing. So for you guys who do work for people right now, the learning curve is going to be pretty big, right? Because you're not used to having to create your own hay, right? You're used to kind of having, you know, some of the hay already there, and that you're guaranteed to check. Well, the beauty of this business is very honest. Just like any business starting out, you're gonna have to give it time. You're gonna have to work hard. Like, I think about this just because now it's kind of hardwired in me, and I don't mention it a whole lot, but when I take myself out of it, it is hard, right? Like, it is hard early on, but there's like not an ounce of retreat in my body. So I just think of it as like normal, you know? But I realize that, you know, I'm getting emails from some guys who do work for other people, and they're on that cusp of pulling the trigger on, you know, a website, or pulling the trigger on some equipment, pulling the trigger on getting this thing started off. And I just want to encourage you to do so. And just jump, man. I know it sounds easy, but I really don't know another way to distill it down into something that's very simple to say and how to convey it. You just have to go. It's, you know, I played linebacker in high school, and I was about 190 pounds in high school, about what I am right now. So I had a lot more muscle on me. And that was the theory behind a linebacker is stepping downhill, taking the downhill steps. You know, we read the guards in high school, and early on in middle school we read the fullback, but in high school we read the guard. And I'm sure they got a million other reads in college and pro that I don't know about. But it was you'd step downhill first. Like, there's no question. Even if it's a pass, you stepping downhill, meaning I'm check and run first. And that's how Because what it provides is it provides you with the go mentality right off the gate, right? Like, I'm coming downhill. Like, I may be coming to hit you in the mouth if you're running the 2-hole, right? Like that's the thought. So you have to kind of embody that in your business. Like, I'm coming downhill. Like, I'm committing first. I'm committing to the run. And if it's a pass, I got to drop back. But I'm committing to the run first, and I'm playing run first all the time, unless there's another call. So you have to be that way in business. You just have to go. Stop thinking. Go. You know, some of you, I got to shake you out of your freaking just overthinkage, man. Right? You got to shake yourself sometimes. You got to look in the mirror. Because you know that you're bullshitting. You know you're bullshitting yourself. You know when you are. Okay? You know when you are. And you're creating little problems, you know? Oh, we gotta have this. We gotta have this. You don't need that shit. Stop it. Slap your own hand. Well, we gotta have this before we do that. Nope. There's a few things this business runs on. It's called traffic, conversion, complete the job. That's it. It's beautiful. It's simple. Look, if we ain't got no traffic, we can't sell nobody nothing. And you're not gonna, you're not gonna go out there and beat pavement the rest of your life. All right? Well, I'll just beat pavement and just do the. It's like, fine, then do that. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Some people, you're just not gonna convince them. You could literally beat them over the head with the easy way, and they're just not gonna believe you. They're just not. And it's fine, because I see those people on the third page Google. Some people, got more reviews than me. So you still ain't gonna outrank me, because reviews are probably about 15% of ranking. What's up with the other 85%? So it's not the main factor. Google doesn't care about reviews as the main factor of ranking. It is a factor. It is definitely a factor, but they also realize that reviews can be fabricated, right? And you're not really going to be able to track that completely. And you also have to decide, why would Google want to track reviews in that way? It's just a waste of server space to track reviews. So they make it a small facet of ranking. That's their mentality on it. It's because people are going to be able to fabricate that shit to the end. Just like people will be able to fabricate 1-star reviews, right? So what if you just had a bunch of people who hated you in high school, and they all come out and just leave 1-star reviews on your company? Should that be okay? That they can tear you down like that? No, it shouldn't be like that. That shouldn't work. So the reverse is with 5-star reviews. It's more of a perception thing. It's more of a social proof thing. And it does help with SEO, but I want to urge you to understand that it is not the be-all end-all with SEO. It is a huge factor with social proof. People see a lot of reviews, man, and like a gnat to the bug light. It's true. Told Lucas. 10-4 mo. Got it. Beat on it. So I think that's the best way to do these videos. Start off with an estimate, start off with an estimate walkthrough, end with some philosophical shit, and end with some Google knowledge that some of you guys can understand. Look, some of this Google knowledge is all free. Like, you just have to be willing to dig. You see, a lot of the SEO stuff that I've learned is not free, because I've had to pay to learn it. And a lot of the guys who know they have it are never going to let you have it for free. They'll let you have some surface stuff. How to optimize your blog. They're going to give you that shit for free. Because, listen, this is how the world works, okay? And this is how it should work. But for some reason, people have begun to think, right, that college should be free. Well, I don't think college, unless you're going to be an attorney or you're going to be a doctor or a surgeon, I really don't think it has much relevance to a whole lot. Because the truth is now is I can go get any book that's in the college already that they're teaching you. I can also get any peripheral knowledge, meaning peripheral books, that the college isn't teaching on the subject as well. And I can also get Google and articles, and I can figure out which sources are credible, and I can learn about a certain subject as well. So I can develop a skill personally just through sheer grit, beyond what any curriculum could develop. You just have to want to do it. But you know, a lot of people think that like they can find any of the info they want just out there on the internet, and all the guys who know how to do it are not going to give it away, because there just are secrets, right? There's like secret things that get you in to certain clubs. This is the reason clubs exist. This is the reason you pay dues, is because it's access to the country club. It's access to certain levels of individuals and certain levels of conversation. Okay, that's what things are. That's what pay to play is. And the guys who hate on it ain't in it. You see what I'm saying? The guys who hate on it have never been the beneficiary of it. Once you're the beneficiary of it, you never hate on it again. Okay, once you pay to play and you pay to learn a skill that changes your life, you never hate on it again. You're just like, oh shit, how can I get into more of these doors, right? Because the thing that moves the needle the most should never be free. It shouldn't be. Because once it's free, just natural human tendency to devalue it. We devalue things that are free, you see? I have a free course, right? The free course I told you about. Guys, you know, guys are in it. Are they watching all the videos? Are they like scrumming through it all? No. Some of them are. Some of them are, and they're taking advantage of it. There's a ton of valuable content in there. But since you put free on it, guys don't care. It's like, even if the content's valuable, dude, think about that. The word free, people like it and they hate it in the same breath. You see? It's like being constantly available to people. Hey, ho, ho. Hey, Aaron, could you do that? Oh, absolutely, John, absolutely. Like, no. And this goes for you too. Don't be constantly available to anyone. Being constantly available to your woman all the time? Bro. No, I got shit to do. I got shit to handle. What can I handle for you, babe? What can we handle later? You know? People need to work for your time. They don't need to be always been able to access you. Because I'm going to tell you, once they take you for granted. They start running over you, okay? Some of y'all getting run over, you don't even know it. Some of y'all think some shit that ain't normal's normal. Well, it's normal for her to not want to have sex this time. It's like, bruh, get that shit out of here, dude. Isn't yeah, She's miserable too. Can't figure it out. 52%, baby. It's because 52% are scared. You see, 52% of these boys ain't able to hack it. More than that, closer to 80. But this is why people want to hate on the guys who got it, right? They want to hate on him. Oh, he's cocky, he's arrogant. Well, you know, just whatever the rich guy is, you know, fill in whatever insecurity you have in your own life and then place it on him as a problem. He's arrogant. Blah. It's like, yeah, and his kids like love him, and like, you know, and then you've seen like some Hallmark film where the rich guy, you know, flies around and's never at home. You've seen too many of those Hollywood films, and that's apparently the stigma of all the rich people, right? They must all hate their kids. They must all never be around their kids. No, fact is, a lot of them are around their kids a lot. They've set up their life in that way, right? The fact is, a lot of them do love their kids like more than anything. So what is it when that happens to the excuse that someone provides, right? When you provide an excuse that's like, oh, but I've got happiness and I'm broke. But what happens when the rich guy has happiness too? Well, that's impossible, because that would go against my narrative of making it to where I rationalize inactivity and don't do the thing that needs to be done. So therefore, the rich man cannot be happy. See? That's you working your own poison. It's your own toxic shit that you're placing on yourself. You're drinking your own Kool-Aid. Okay? Don't let yourself do that. Don't put down the people who are moving. Figure out a way to get in their hip pocket. Don't put them down. Don't hate on them. Figure out a way to get close to them. One thing that I did learn a long time ago is love people for some of the best attributes that they have. You don't have to love them for everything. I love a good salesman for the things that he can teach me in learning how to sell. And maybe what if he does have a beautiful family and they all love each other and they're all, you know, having awesome holidays and making memories together and they're all supporting each other, right? I mean, you could love them for that too. But what if there's a guy, what if there is one who's just a good person? He doesn't have a family though. He's kind of broke. And what if he's just like, you always see him giving his time and philanthropic to people. He's being philanthropic and he loves people, but he doesn't have a family, and maybe his kids don't like him very much, but maybe he really does love people. You can love him for that. You don't have to love him for all of the things that a person is. You can just love people for pieces of what they are. You know, you don't have to take everything with you. You see, you don't have to take everything of your parents with you as you go. You can take pieces of your parents with you. You can love certain aspects of them and take those with you and pass them on to your genetics. And you could say, you know what? I'm not going to take those pieces of them or of my cousins or whoever the people you grew up with. I love this one piece about you. This piece is amazing. I love this other piece too. But these two pieces I'm leaving behind. These two pieces of you do not pass on to my genetics. You see? To my mentality. I can take segments, little filing cabinets of people, you see? And I could say, man, this is a gem of a filing cabinet, but the rest of this is garbage. I can love you, but I'm not taking the mentality with me. That's how you have to. You don't have to think that way, but that's how I think. You see, some of you buy someone's opinion, you buy their entire being, and once you learn how to segment someone's being, you see, and say, okay, you're really good at this, but this other area you're not very good at. Remove the enchantment, right? We talk about that a lot. Remove the enchantment of anyone. Like everyone literally wakes up and takes a giant piss. Like everyone's pretty much the same. Some people may have more money than each other, okay? But that's not everything. It is a big thing. And you should focus on getting more of it. But it's not everything. It's not who someone is, it's just what they have. So get out there and kick ass today. It's gonna be hard for me to keep up, guys, as far as these videos go, because my shit's gonna pop off, man. I feel it. I got some stuff I gotta do here soon. I got some gutter cleanings to do today, about $600 worth of gutter cleaning, and we got a bunch more, some roof cleaning coming through. I gotta go pick up a truck. Let's see, what y'all saying? Clayton Conley just messaged me. Thinking about adding house washing. I'm up against a giant as far as web presence is concerned when it comes to carpet cleaning. He owns the largest forum for carpet cleaners in the world. Hard to get that #1 spot with my Wix site. Well, it's always going to be hard to get the #1 spot if there's anyone worth anything in the area who has a legit site. It's always going to be hard. You're never going to conquer them. Now look, it's going to be long game. You need to look 2 years down the road, dude. You look, if you're in this, looking 2-3 years down the road ain't hard, because we could build out that SEO for that period of time. We could build out the reviews. And I'm going to tell you one thing that's true. I thought the same about one of the top guys in the industry here in Nashville, man. He had the #1 spot. Now I outrank him for some things. I don't outrank him for everything, but he's been in business for like 12 years, man. I've been in business for 3 years. So it's just like, you just can't have such a short-term thinking, right? Like, you can topple the giant. I have, in some areas. 2 giants. There were 2 giants, 2 big guys and 1 smaller guy, but he still had some decent presence. And I've taken them all down. Not in all facets, but in some main facets. See, I'm playing with them now. And I outrank them in some areas, in some areas they outrank me. But I'm always in there. Click, 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 baby. I'm always in that. You always get to see me. you're gonna see me. You might click on me, right? So make them see you, baby. Think long term. Get your site done. Give Chris a call. Get it set up. Think long term and make the investment for the future. Like, stop playing. You got a Wix site, you're playing. All right? That doesn't mean you gotta. Oh, and another one. Guys are like, how the hell does Chris only charge $175 a month? Well, he does. He charges more for people who, you know, who are signing up off the streets, $249. But for us at Lean and Mean, it's $174 a month. The reason he does that is because it's a subscription. So every year it's about $1,800, right? But it's getting all the updates, you're getting everything, and it's easy for contractors to pay for that monthly as opposed to sometimes one upfront fee and then maintenance and all this other shit. So it's a beautiful model. You know, for anyone who wants to say that's an introductory site, I would like for you to go see some of the guys who have left reviews on their site about their services. A lot of these guys make 50K, 40, 50K a month per truck. I am not messing with you. These are guys who make way more than me. So introductory level ain't here. Sounds like introductory level because of the price, but you're welcome because I negotiated the deal. So I hope you guys are great. Click the link in the description. Check out that video if I can help you out in any way. Keep killing it. Get ready for spring, baby. Hope to see all you guys at Washathon. I know it's already sold out. I'm going to see about 35, 40 people there. And we're going to kill it, man. I got some cool stuff. We're going to talk some philosophy, talk some marketing, you know. Just trying to get that edge, man. Trying to get that edge. All right? See y'all soon.